just one more page, just one more video. I'm sure it's fine. We can just keep looking through the stuff. This is my new Commonplace binder entry. This is a new page. It's not a new page though, as remember I reused the sheets, so that one looks a little crossed out. I'm going to place that down here. And I'm going to place the binder down. The binder, not the blinder. So what is on here? Not much. But basically, this is saying it's my plan for today. That's the date. Because, yeah, I live in the US, so we'll use that. I used the previous plan page to figure out what was going on, and the section December 2024, making a video. So that's just my making a video category, but I've updated it to December 2024. The objective is to finish recording the set of 8 videos I started earlier. 13, 14, 15, 16. This will be 16. So this is the final one for today, which is quite fun. While recording, I need to start by pointing to and reading the first note card as advice. So I found that just having one word was fine, but having a bunch of words could like lead me into what I was supposed to talk about at the beginning. Although this time it didn't really work because I was trying to juggle the binder. I completed recording 13, 14, and 15. And I will write 16 down there. So that will be my new Commonplace binder entries. Down here we have prepped by listening to 3 songs, same as last time to stay focused. And I just wrote same for all 3 because they were the same as the time before, and I don't like to do extra effort if I don't have to. Because that seems like a waste of my time. Now we can finally get on to the rest of this. Add before editing. So before I wrote all that stuff down, I couldn't edit it because it didn't exist. So, you know, write down your stuff and then edit it later. Now, what am I going to edit that into? It might be I just keep it as it is for a long time. Could also be that I type it out and then I print it, because that would be a lot more convenient than having, you know, every page saying, I did these 4 things, I did these 4 things, I did these 4 things. But if I keep it as it is, simply a sheet, it might be super beneficial, because it might be that I need to add extra notes. It could be I see what I was listening to at the bottom. I might find that when I'm listening to certain music before recording a video, it does really well, or it does really poorly. And so it might be good to fix up the little note that I wrote at the bottom, which was like, oh yeah, I watched the same thing as last time. Gotta do better than that, I guess. Starting, I'm trying to, maybe I should just slap them every time. Bam! So I am just starting to do this playlist, because this playlist, it says 101, it's only gonna be 100. Only 100 videos, guys, don't worry. But I'm just starting, so I don't know exactly what I'm doing. And so when you're working on a binder, it might be the same thing, and that's fine. Removed related section. So one of the most common problems that I've had, which you will probably have too if you work on a binder for a very long time, is you might have some sections that are basically the same as each other. So sometimes the thing to do is combine them. It might also be that one of them is simply better than the other, like by a lot. So you look through it, maybe take some notes, and then apply those notes to the better version before you toss the not so good version. Cross out the previous listing. Yeah, so here's the thing. It might be that you remove a section and then cross out the way it was listed before, and then remove the tab off the sheet of paper that you removed, work at your desk, and then finish and label that thing. Update that label in the content section and place it back in the binder. Good as new. Now we're going to go through all of those one at a time. Remove related section, we already went over that, so we're going to skip that. Cross out previous listing. Yeah, so this is basically saying in the contents page, if you are removing something, you need to cross it out. Duh. remove the tab. So there's a tab at the beginning of each page, or each section. There are these little things. They make a good noise. But anyways, what that does, having the little tab at the top, is I write the title at the top of the page, I write the title on the tab, and then I write the tab information, which is the title, in the content section. And so by doing that, I have the title in 3 different locations, and it's kind of hard to lose it, so I know at least what I'm talking about, even if I don't necessarily know what I'm going to say about it. Like, I'll know the subject matter, but I won't necessarily know the contents. So after you remove the tab, work at your desk. So if you're working at your desk has to be clear. Sometimes there will be distractions. Like when I was recording the previous video, I was getting Discord messages on Do Not Disturb, which can get really annoying. But yeah, if you're going to work at your desk, just clear the stuff out of the way and worry about the distractions later. Probably. Finish and label. So after you finish working on your section, which might simply be, wow, I looked at it. That's great. Now I need to relabel it. Just do that. It might be you need to do a whole bunch of extra stuff. You might need to get some new paper and then hole punch it. If you don't already have pre-hole punched paper, I do recommend doing that. Have one tray of scrap paper, have another tray of fresh paper, and then have another tray of hole punch paper. Now, preferably the paper that isn't hole punched is going to be the furthest away, so you will not grab it by accident and then realize you need to hole punch it later, because that would be really annoying. But yeah, there are a whole bunch of different ways to do that. Updating the label in the contents section. Update label in contents. Yeah, there's just kind of only one way to do that. You write it down. Now, there are more ways to do that. You could use pen, you could use pencil, you could write them all down in one giant blob. I don't know, maybe you could make a circle. That could be, that'd be really interesting. But yeah, I prefer to break the page down into little sections of 5. And so I guess I have 8 on the page because it's 2 in each corner. So that would be 8. Unless I've gotten really bad at math and can't do 2 times 4. Place in back. Now, remember, when we have a new section, it goes in the back of the binder. And so this way, the stuff at the beginning is our worst work. And it's the work from the longest time ago. And so this is partially to refresh our brains on what the heck we were looking at a super long time ago and consider if it's worth keeping around. But also, if you keep everything alphabetized or something, like is done in pretty much every index, you're probably going to put more weight to the things at the top. Or maybe that's just a me thing. Like getting the Discord messages. Guys! Okay, place in the back, new. If it's new, it goes in the back. Now, if you have a new special way to do this that you would like to tell me about, that would be fun. But I think it's... new stuff goes in the back, old stuff gets pushed to the front, and if you don't like it, well, get rid of it. So, pretty easy. Explain to yourself. Yeah, you don't have to explain it to me. Although, if you do, thank you for the engagement. I appreciate that. If you understand it, and you can do it over and over again, and you won't forget how to do it, and it works, then good job. But I would write down an explanation of some sort, so that way you can explain it to other people. And I find trying to explain something to another person, usually a friend who might be interested, might not be interested, is actually the easiest way to explain it to myself rather than to explain it to myself. Remember, the Commonplace binder is sort of the way I do it. So it's not my specific copyrighted or trademarked method or whatever. It's just, if it's a Commonplace book and it's in a binder, I'm going to call it a Commonplace binder. Okay. Yeah. So if you want to look at the modern history of commonplacing, I have a video on that next, or at least a modern history of commonplace binders, which would be really funny if I labeled it that way. I don't know exactly how I labeled it. This is a summarized version, so if you want to know the full title, I guess you could just look at the channel, but if you want to watch the video, check that out next. And also, if this wasn't done the way that you want, please let me know. If you want to see specific entries other than, you know, the page I showed you, that's going to take a lot of effort. Because I don't know how I don't know how I'm going to do that unless I'm reverting to the stuff all the way at the beginning of the channel, or like 10 videos after that. But anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you later. Okay, bye.